Hey guys, how's it going? This is High Impact Yu-Gi-Oh. Before I think it was like back in I want to say 5 months ago, I made a video stating that I was going to compete in a regional. This is a story time video, just letting you know um, that I was going to compete in a regional that was happening in March of 2020. We're currently in the month of August. Um, the situation has been where I've been to multiple regionals. This is part two of this story time. It's not going to be as long. It's probably going to be about 6 minutes long. But the story goes is that I competed in multiple regionals, one of them being with a combination of Lightsworn, Infernoid, and Invoked. I did well enough to get my invite, or more or less, someone felt kind of bad and just gave me the invite essentially. But I don't feel like I actually had as much fun in a long time since that regional. So uh, we were supposed to have that regional. The lockdown happened. Um, I went into the details as to what exactly happened back in. I think it was the previous videos I tried to make, but it's not really a good idea because I don't have a lot of time to work with this. So, but we've been playing two decks consistently. One of them being Gem Knights. This is the one deck, and the other being Infernoid. And then there's just a token here because I figured, or the dice, because that's one of my favorite Yu-Gi tubers. I said that in the previous video, but we weren't able to get that far. But anyways, so I'm gonna start off by saying it's been about 4 months since the lockdown happened. We don't necessarily know when Yu-Gi-Oh, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh anyways, will continue. I think I made a video that's saying updates. I guess we're not going anywhere for a while. That was supposed to be a video. I don't know what happened to it. So we don't necessarily know what's happening right now. Remote duels are a thing. That's Konami's way of dealing with the situation. Over the course of, I want to say, the 3 to 4 months, we've had things come out. One of them is Dual Overload. In that time, we had Needle Fiber come out. You know him as Highly Fibrax. Anaconda Predaplant card came out, and that was okay. But it actually helps another card we're supposed to be getting soon. Eternity Code has released. This is the last Link of Rain set. Was the last Link of Rain set. Now we're in Rise of the Duelist. That came out, I think, just this past weekend, actually. So, but any which way, we were supposed to have a regional back in, I believe it was March. The lockdown then happened. The card shop that I'd gone to out in the area called New Lenox closed. Shops were closing indefinitely until everything was fully resolved. We hit about June. Certain card shops opened up. I started going to my local card shops every so often. One of them being a one out in Tinley Park, and another one being the one that I'm more familiar with. I want to call it my homegrown local, the one that I've been going to for a very, very long time, probably about 2007, called the Zone Comics and Games. I'd suggest going there if you can. They do have awesome products. In some cases, if you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh and you are from the South Chicagoland area, South suburbs, I do enjoy going there. They're one of my favorite locals. We're hitting about the 4 minute mark, so I'm just gonna just tell you that I haven't had too much fun playing these two decks, and if there's anything I could tell you about Yu-Gi-Oh, it's I've done not very good with these decks because I'm not really necessarily having a great time with them whenever I play, which kind of trips my two issues, bipolar and anxiety, in a high way. So I'm just gonna go off by saying this Saturday I went and I played a deck that I think I want to say the most fun I've had in a long time, and it might just been this is something I've said in my previous videos. This is the last storytime video, but luck sacking and stuff like that. I don't necessarily mind it too much because it makes me have fun. If I'm getting lucky off of a deck because I know it so well to the back of my hand that I know the percentage of actually getting a certain card and feel confident in actually playing the deck and it does well for me, that's what I would like. So we're going to set this deck aside. This is Infernoid. You've heard the stories of that one. I haven't done very well with it. Went to multiple regionals with it. This one was the one where we started off with the situation, and back in, I think it was like February, I told you how I was going to start picking up this deck and making it really, really good. We're probably going to do that one day, but now is not the time. So, We're putting that deck aside too, which leads me to this. This deck is a deck that I hold near and dear to my heart. It was one of the decks that I combined Infernoid with to make it good. And if you know me, if you don't know me, that's fine. But I'll tell you what it is when I flip this deck around. It's not dragons, actually. I'm sorry. it's something called Lightsworn. Back in 2010, I think it was like the January of that year. I got my first invite. I've been playing the game competitively for 5 years. I'm a terrible player. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Not everybody's good at the game, but it's better to admit that you're not good and you want to learn to do better than to keep denying yourself by repeating the same problems that you have in the past. So, apparently my cats want to run around and stuff. But I have about another minute to tell you the story of how I got like 9th place. It's always been my hope one day to get a top 8 at a regional. I know it sounds corny. I know there's so many other things that you could obviously look forward to in life than getting a top 8 at a regional. But you know, it's just something I enjoy because I don't have very much that I can really do under the restrictions that I have. So Yu-Gi-Oh is one of the things that makes me very happy. But anyways, going off on that, the 2 invites that I've gotten back to back were actually, I think, with both Lightsworn. So I played that today. Not today, actually, I'm sorry, it was yesterday on Saturday, and I got first place. Felt really, really good. Felt excited, you know, ecstatic. I don't think I can really describe it anymore at how good I actually felt. But so we played, and sorry if I'm slurring my words, and I did well. So I'm just gonna go off by saying that this is gonna be our goal right now. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh story part 2, and I'm gonna tell you that although I didn't do well with these 2 decks, there's a cat running around. I think this is a different story. If the ban list comes out and things get banned, I'm gonna make sure I try to make this deck possibly workable. We've gone through one ban list. Nothing got hit. We should be getting a new ban list coming up. Remote duels currently are in effect. We're at Rise of the Duels currently. Eternity Code, like I said, has come out. So we'll see what happens, but I'm going to let you go on about the 10 second mark. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to a deck profile of this deck today. Thank you.